At the heart of all research is validation. Whether we're experimenting in educational measurement with models of student placement for admitted students or in chemical engineering with the development of a maximum mixedness model for combustion application, proof of concept is pudding's proof. In this podcast, we turn to validation evidence presented in support of student learning and assessment models at NGIT. I'm Norbert Elliott, chair of the NGIT Middle States Commission on Higher Education Self-Study, and I'm presenting this podcast. In previous podcasts, we've discussed the centrality of the NGIT mission and its integral relationship to student learning assessment. As the Middle States Commission on Higher Education publication Student Learning Assessment Options and Resources reminds us, the institutional context is grounded in the institution's mission, and it is shaped by the institutional culture. Therefore, an institution's mission at both broad and specific levels serves as the context with which to assess student learning. It's important that the university mission serves as the foundation for assessment efforts at the institutional program and course levels. Hence, the NGIT mission, our core goals as New Jersey Science and Technology Research University, and our current 2010 through 2015 strategic plan, the way we render our mission current and applicable, both serve as the touchstone of our assessment efforts. Thus far, under the direction of our provost, Dr. Ian Gatley, we've developed an NGIT cycle of student learning and assessment, as well as a matrix to articulate those goals that are core to NGIT. In this experimental process, we've sought to make clear the values that bind our NGIT community and to find a way to investigate the infusion of those values within our community. In this cyclical process, we identify the university's core goals as expressed in the NGIT mission and NGIT strategic plan, 2010 through 2015, and we study the many ways that those goals are integrated into the university's programs. The cyclical model employs the NGIT program review process as a forum for curricular innovation and instruction and assessment, and we seek to document our efforts to assemble proof that we're indeed paying careful attention to our university community. At the time of this podcast, the summer following year one of our self-study, we've invited all units within the NGIT organizational chart to participate in the activity of aligning their specific programs with the NGIT institutional level goals. An early adopter of this invitation has been the College of Science and Liberal Arts, led by Dean Fadi Deek. During his tenure as dean, Dr. Deek and his colleagues have successfully completed one strategic plan from 2004 to 2009 and one academic plan launched in 2006 for CSLA. At the present time, CSLA has concluded year one of its strategic plan for 2009 through 2014, and the report has included a balanced scorecard for that effort, a measure of objectives met, those likely to be met, and those that can only be met with concerted effort. To begin its new academic plan, tacitly formed in CSLA's academic plan, but in need of more robust articulation, colleagues crafted a model for the college that tailored the 11 NGIT core goals to make those values relevant and meaningful for CSLA. Within the College of Science and Liberal Arts, there is indeed an awareness of learning as a lifelong educational activity that is fostered by research-active faculty, the pride of the college, intent on educating students to embrace inquiry. Within CSLA, an attitude towards research-based inquiry includes critical thought expressed in disciplinary and multidisciplinary ways of knowing that are at the core of all CSLA programs. Collaboration is central to the college's research-based teaching initiatives. Because there is an applied nature of the CSLA curriculum and research, there's a distinct awareness of economic opportunity as integral to individual and community advancement. Within CSLA, NGIT, all of our units, there's a distinct call to service, a kind of felt altruism, difficult to measure but demonstrated in practice, that benefit all who come into contact with the college. While there is an adoption of leadership role in professional and citizenship activities throughout CSLA, there's special leadership regarding that CSLA Badge of Honor, the General University Requirement courses in science and the liberal arts. Because CSLA is a community of researchers, there is an attitude toward engagement within and beyond the NJIT community that encourages action as well as contemplation. Because there is a distinct sense of application within the college, a method of entrepreneurial inquiry is especially present in those areas in which innovation yields community benefit. Rather than a barrier, technology is seen as a vehicle to improve the quality of life, especially in those areas associated with environmental impact, a topic so critical to our nation's future in which coastal areas are in imminent danger. Within CSLA, there is a distinct sense of professional responsibility to each other and to our students. And our sense of ethical conduct is manifested with a view of diversity that celebrates cultural contexts in terms of the research we conduct, the students we serve, and the courses we teach. The process of mapping these values directly demonstrates their presence within CSLA. Two examples are in order. The first is within the Department of Physics. Even the briefest snapshot reveals the resonance of core goals among NJIT CSLA in that department. Courses such as General Physics, Introductory Astronomy and Cosmology, and the Earth and Space foster an attitude of inquiry in both lecture and laboratory. Here are courses that teach students concepts of Newton's laws of motion, friction, work, energy, impulse, and momentum that are necessary for engineering applications, as well as courses that teach students in a non-mathematical fashion about contemporary views of the origin, evolution, and structure of the solar system, stars, galaxies, and the universe. The undergraduate degree program pays special attention to technology and multidisciplinary research, especially in the areas of optical science and microelectronics. And the MS in Applied Physics, as well as the doctorate, reflect the disciplinary and multidisciplinary ways of knowing within the 5 focused areas of the department. The second example, from the liberal arts side of CSLA, shows that the program in Science, Technology, and Society is deeply informed with core university goals. STS courses offered in fulfillment of the general university requirements introduce students to topics such as engineering ethics and world religions, thus establishing attention to both the ethical decision-making and attendant respect for diversity. In the undergraduate BS program, students work in a senior project, an embedded outcomes assessment project in itself that requires direct research with the program director and members of the faculty in their own research areas. These two important examples, drawn from programs within the College of Science and Liberal Arts, are important for 2 reasons. First, they demonstrate the mapping of the NJIT core goals and tailoring them to the particular mission of an academic unit as a useful exercise of community formation. Investigating specific program goals and their relationships to institutional goals allows courses of study to be viewed through a prism of commonality in which activities are, at the end of the day, more similar than not. Second, the 2 program examples from physics and STF serve as validation as proof of concept that the NJIT cycle of student learning and assessment, with the attendant matrix of student learning and assessment, can be empirically validated within specific institutional settings.